Where's the ball? Come on, come on, come on. Tilly, come on. If you have a canine companion, you'll know that along with the fun bits of walking and playing with your dog comes the responsibility of what to do with its poo. You can put it into a plastic bag and then into the bin, but the issue with that is the plastic takes a long time to break down, and in landfill, the pet poo will eventually break down to create methane, a potent greenhouse gas. Another option is to bury the poo in your garden, but the issue with that is that most modern gardens are so small that you'll eventually overload your plants and potentially kill them. Not a great result. So what's the alternative? A worm farm. Worm farms are an efficient, low maintenance and reliable solution to composting not only pet poo, but also all of your kitchen scraps as well, to get all those nutrients and carbon back into the soil where it belongs. The Tumbleweed Pet Poo Worm Farm is a stylish and ergonomic solution to the war on pet waste. I'm going to show you how your household can get involved in an alternative, sustainable organic waste management program, Pet Poo Worm Farming. To assemble the unit, first use the nuts, washers and bolts to put the body together. Then slide the lid lifting bar onto the pedal bar and insert the pedal bar onto the body. And finally, slide the lid into place on the lid lifting bar and bolt the lid and pedal assembly into place at the top of the body, and you're ready to go. We've chosen a nice shady spot in amongst this ornamental garden, but next to a fruit tree would also be ideal, because once the worm farm is installed, this bit is going to be below ground and the earthworms can come in and out of these holes, carrying valuable organic matter and nutrients to the plants in the garden. As the Pet Poo Worm Farm is an in-ground unit, to install it, you'll need to start off by digging a hole approximately 50 centimetres in diameter by 50 centimetres deep in your chosen spot. We're now ready to position the worm farm in its hole, so it's buried just up to this vermin-proof lip. The bottom of the worm farm is now down into the subsoil where it's usually clay, so I'm going to use a bit of this Tumbleweed Worm Farm and Compost Conditioner because it also acts as a soil conditioner. So a bit of that sprinkled on our subsoil before we backfill our hole. Gently backfill the hole and don't compact it too much so that the worms can move and breathe easily. Finally, level the soil and put a bit of mulch around as a finishing touch. You're now ready to add the bedding. Expand your worm farm bedding block in a bucket by adding 5 litres of water. Place the expanded coir fibre into the base of the Pet Poo Worm Farm and gently add your worms. For this worm farm, we recommend to start with around about 2,000 composting worms. You can purchase these either from your local hardware or online. When it comes to feeding your worm farm, it's important to remember that as with all living things, variety is the spice of life. So no more than 50% dog poo. Use all of your kitchen scraps, and things like shredded newspaper and cardboard are great for providing a bit of extra aeration. And every time you feed, use this compost mate. It's a corkscrew that gets in and enables you to jiggle it up and down, which mixes the whole lot up together so that the worms have got plenty of air to breathe. Once a week, pour approximately 5 litres of water into the worm farm to maintain a moist environment. Also add a handful of garden soil to give the worms some extra grit for their guts, and mix in a teaspoon of worm farm and compost conditioner to keep the pH levels balanced and the worms healthy. This system will process approximately 3 to 4 kilograms of organic waste, including your pet poo, every week. taking all of the nutrients and organic residues out into the soil, meaning that you'll rarely have to empty this bin. Come on, Kelly. So do your garden and the environment a favour by starting your pet poo waste disposal system today. Happy worm farming.
Yeah,